Season 7, well, that's an embarrassing story.
You didn't think I was going to make it that easy, did I?
Oh, it's embarrassing how hard, because my goal has always been, be the hardest worker, push the hardest, leave no stone unturned. You're the most intense. And that has driven me to so many injuries.
Talk to me now about the American Ninja Warrior contestant that couldn't get up the wall on in the Vegas finals, stage 1.
Oh,
and then all
season 7?
you season 7, and everybody's saying a woman can't finish stage 1.
Oh, I always thought
talking
that
of
was
can't.
silly. I was so confused when they asked me that. Actually, season 5, they were like, "Do you think a woman could finish this course?" And I was just like, "What are you talking about? How is that even a question? Of course a woman can finish this course." Stage 1, especially, is just so volatile. A lot of it is like playing the odds. You can step 1 inch in the wrong direction and everything's over so suddenly. And there just aren't that many women competing there because it takes so much strength to qualify for stage 1. And there's so many men who compete on stage 1 who are more than capable of doing it, but fall. And so it's just, so many people trip. And that's why I had to be so incredibly calculated and measure every single distance and be prepared for every scenario. But season 7, well, that's an embarrassing story.
You didn't think I was going to make it that easy on you, did I?
Oh, it's embarrassing how hard, because my goal has always been be the hardest worker, push the hardest, leave no stone unturned. You're the most intense. And that has driven me to so many injuries. And season 7 was probably the last major one. I had just come back from that knee surgery in my right knee. And it had been a couple months, and I was so determined to rebuild that strength and to make sure that even if the right leg wasn't 100% strong, the left one was strong enough to make up for it. And I was doing tons of sprints and stairs and drilling the warped wall over and over and jumping spider, especially because that one, I'm not sure if any other women had made it through the jumping spider yet. Maybe Megan had. I forget.
I think Megan was the first, if I could remember correctly.
Okay, that's probably true. And just drilling them over and over. And I started getting this little tweak in my hip. I think it was in my hip flexor. And then it was also in my groin and then my glute. And then every single muscle attached to my hip started locking up. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm foam rolling. Turned out I had a stress fracture in the neck of my femur. And this was maybe a month and a half to 2 months before Vegas. And so the doctor was like, if you can rest it for a month, it will heal and you can rebuild. So I tried to rest it, but not completely. It never healed. So I lost all the muscle in my legs, but also didn't heal. So the first time attempting a warped wall was on stage 1. I didn't have any explosive strength and re-injured it. So I was limping for the rest of the week. So that was awkward. And so the thing that made such a big difference for season 8 is that I committed to every time I felt a tweak like I had felt in my hip that year, I was going to stop, go home, foam roll, and do whatever recovery stuff was necessary. And say, okay, I know that you are the hardest worker. That's fine. But if you're as disciplined, if you want this as badly as you say you do, you have to be disciplined enough to rest when that's the thing that's going to make you a better athlete, even if everything in you says otherwise. And so I would leave the track in tears, feeling like I'd turned lazy and who am I anymore, and foam roll. And because of that, I made it through that year healthily and was still able to build up just more slowly. So I ended up doing all the same things. I did tons of push sled, which is very high power, but very low in impact. And so I was so much stronger. So the warped wall worked much better in season 8, and I was able to hit the buzzer and be the first woman to finish stage 1.